Hi everyone, it's John Mitchell, and in today's video, we're going to look at the concept of corporate social responsibility, or what you may see as those initials CSR. And then we're going to look at the various CSR considerations that business managers could look at in the area of operations. So, corporate social responsibility, what actually is it? Well, it's the business's commitment to go above and beyond their legal obligations to try and strive to operate in an economically, socially, and environmentally sustainable manner. And there's lots of different definitions of CSR, and this is just one example of one, but the important thing is they're going above and beyond their legal obligations. So that means that they're aiming to be exemplary corporate citizens, which can not only benefit their bottom line, but it can also benefit the community, the environment, their employees, and other stakeholders. So, CSR can have a really positive impact on society at large, but it can also enhance the image and reputation of the business. Now, some people will argue that CSR can potentially increase operating costs, and that may actually be the case in many instances. However, it's also important to consider that CSR initiatives can foster a strong community tie with the business, which can bolster the company's reputation. So when we look at different CSR considerations in this video, what we're going to do is look at them in each of the elements of the operations system. So if you think back to one of the earlier videos in operations, the elements of the operations system are the inputs, processes, and outputs. So let's take a look at the examples of different considerations in each of those elements. So, firstly, with inputs, if we think back, we're referring to the resources employed in the production of a good or service. And one consideration is environmental sustainability of inputs. So, examples of that could be the businesses opting for renewable energy to power all their facilities or a portion of their facilities, or implementing water saving measures in their factories. Another consideration is with the selection of the suppliers for the business. So, the business may consider using local suppliers to support the local economy through local employment. They may also ensure ethical sourcing of their inputs or their resources. For instance, a coffee chain might commit to purchasing only fair trade or organic coffee. Next, we have the processes, which are all the activities where the businesses are transforming the inputs into the final output. And here, a business could consider a whole range of different strategies to minimize their waste that they're generating in their processes. And we went through a lot of different strategies that could be used by a business to do that in the previous two videos. Now, business managers, they could also consider where the processes are actually occurring and may look to keep processes local, again, to support the local economy rather than sending their processes overseas and just trying to save money by operating their processes overseas. They may also prioritize employee development by offering ongoing training for their employees to improve their ability to perform the processes. Another consideration could be with regards to occupational health and safety. So there's occupational health and safety legislation that needs to be implemented, but the business may consider exceeding those legal obligations to ensure their employees' safety and doing everything they can to keep their employees safe. Or another consideration could be to reduce the emissions generated during production. And lastly, we have the outputs, which, as we know, are the end good or service ready to be sold to customers. So, examples of CSR considerations here could include producing high quality products. So, the business may implement stringent quality strategies to ensure that the customers are receiving the best quality product. A business may also look to create an output that's recyclable after its lifespan. So, in that instance, the business is considering the impact the product is having once it's been used and ready to be disposed of. So they're considering the community and the environment in that instance. Another consideration is socially conscious goods or services that directly benefit society. For example, a software company could develop an app to help individuals reduce their carbon footprint, or even a toy company could make an educational toy that helps children learn about a particular societal issue. Another consideration that businesses might look at minimizing the packaging or using sustainable packaging to reduce their impact on the environment. So, they are just some examples of considerations that can be used in the inputs, processes, and outputs in the area of operations. So, just to recap, CSR is the commitment from a business to go above and beyond their legal obligations to try and operate in an economically, socially, and environmentally sustainable manner. And there's lots of different considerations in the areas of operations. And today we've explored just a few considerations and looked at them in the area of inputs, processes, and outputs. So that's it for today's video. Can't wait to see you in the next video. We're getting right towards the end. The final video for outcome 3 will be the next video. But until then, just remember that for questions, activities, and help in your VCE journey, then come on over to teachingbubble.com.